Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'm going to be doing a little more of a laid back chill sort of video where I'm going to be showcasing and rating some of my subscribers' car builds in GTA 5 Online. I'll essentially be taking in submissions from some of my subscribers of their builds and giving my personal opinions on them, so you know, what I like, maybe what I change, all of that sort of thing. I think it'd be a nice sort of video to interact with some of my subscribers. Some of you've been requesting it, so I'm hoping you guys enjoy it. First up, to give credit where credit is due though, before we begin, first I'd like to give a huge shout out to Stevie Wonderkid, as he has got a similar series on his channel, so I'll leave his channel in the description. And also huge shout out to everybody who did go ahead and submit their cars. They showcased their cars for today's video. Thank you all so much, you're helping me make content here, so all of you are going to be credited accordingly. Now, with all of that out of the way, if you do enjoy, drop a like on the video, consider subscribing, and let's get into it. One more quick note before the video begins. I'd just like to say, if you would like to submit your own build for a future video in case we do one, go ahead and join the Discord server down below in the description and pin comment. That is where we take in our submissions, and the idea of prizes crossed my mind, so if you think that might be a good idea, let me know down below in the comments. Anyways, first entry is coming up now. So the first entry is a Penumbra FF from ThatGlowingNugget, and he's saying it's one of his favorite cars. He took the idea of using cherry blossoms with deep dish rims from a fellow YouTuber, and the rest of it is his own design. So just taking a look at this now, I'm honestly a fan of the color you chose. First of all, really nice. It complements the cherry blossoms quite well, I think, because the livery isn't overwhelmed by the color to the point where it stands out so much or it cannot be seen at all. So I think that's a really nice choice on there. It's a really nice looking color, it's pretty fitting for the car. Also went with no spoiler, so I think it looks pretty sleek, pretty clean with that. I'm really a fan of that. And you went with the alloy choice of color for the deep dish rims and slammed it a little bit. It looks pretty nice, looks dope as with the deep dish rims on there. I think that was a great decision you made there. It looks awesome. Now the next car being submitted is a Specter custom coming in from Tops, and they described it as a clean stance wide like kind of build that they wanted to base off of a real life Aston Martin Vantage that they saw near where they work. Now I'd just like to say that you went with a brilliant choice of going for the Benny's upgrade on this car, because the build that you went for with the clean like wide stance build, it looks so nice with the flared out wheel arches you get from the custom version of this car, and when you slam it like you have here, it looks super flush, looks super sleek. It's really awesome to see. Now the color combo as well is brilliant. I'm loving the like light blue kind of aqua color you got going on here, contrasting against the black which you went with in the rims too. Great choice of rim as well with the street rims right there. I think those are Cosmo Mark 3s. They look amazing on this car. You know, looks super dope, looks super nice, and it's not overkill at all. It looks brilliant. This next entry comes in from Night Gaming and is a Sentinel classic that he's nicknamed Blackbird to complement the Wangan Racer like Midnight Club 930 Turbo. Now he has gone for a build that sort of takes inspiration from that Porsche and also some of his own like preferences with German cars in general. So first up, I just like to say this car looks so nice. Honestly, I can kind of see what you were going for with a sort of like mix between like a track inspired thing almost, you know, to maybe pay homage to the 930 just because of how quick it was with like the spoiler with the little gurney flap on the back and the roll cage and everything. So you can kind of see that it's definitely tuned, it's track ready, but it's also not too crazy with the exterior additions. The add-ons aren't, you know, ludicrous. You've gone with the sort of slightly aggressive but also pretty what do you call it, simplistic looking like bumpers, you know, clean black color all around. You know, just went with the solid nice color, and you even went with the street rims on there, you know, the deep dish with the black again to match with it. It looks super nice, looks really clean all around. I must say I am a fan of this build personally. If I was gonna remake sort of inspiration from that 930 Turbo you're on about, the Blackbird, I think maybe Cosmo Mark 3 rims might match a little bit better, but it's up to personal preference. That's just me. I'm biased because I love the rims so much, but I think they look a bit similar to them, but personally that's just my opinion. Great build all around. I'm really a fan of this one. Our next entry comes in from ItsJustStance with an Elegy retro custom, and he just detailed it as wanting to have just a simple clean stance build. And honestly, I can totally see what you were going for there. You slammed it a good bit, which you can tell from the wheel arches. It looks super nice when you've lowered it like that, and the exterior additions do make it look pretty clean. You know, you haven't gone too crazy with it. It looks like you've gone pretty tame. You left the front bumper alone, all of that. You left it pretty much like bone stock on the front end, which I am a fan of. It, you know, didn't mess up the shape of the car, whatever. You kept it looking pretty dope. And towards the rear end of things, I think you didn't go ahead and change up the angles of the rear fender at all. You left the lines of the car nice and simple the way it was. Then you've gone with what I really like here, the design. You've gone with the carbon roof to match the sort of like little flap on the back of the spoiler. I think it's called the gurney flap. You know, matching it together honestly complements each other pretty well. I'm a fan of that. With the nice clean plate on that too. And then as well as that, you've got some of those sports rims on there in the white, and then the super nice looking like tame like dark blue metallic color. Honestly, that looks really nice on this car. Super nice build, super clean as you went with, and honestly your build works, man. Exactly what it says on the tin. Over here from Nossi, we have a Coquette D10 right here, using that white racing stripe. They said they wanted to use that from the start regardless, and then they randomly fell in love with the grace red color, and they thought it would match pretty well together. And yeah, I think the colors complement each other really nicely together. The grace red looks super nice, especially in this lighting. I think you went with a metallic kind of way style on it, and it just looks super nice in the light right here. It looks really awesome. And the color combo is great, you know, matches again with the rims and everything, and you know, even the rim choice gives the car a more like track ready look with the tire lettering and everything, sort of like more fat tires, and it looks pretty awesome. Especially with that diffuser going on at the front and back too, it makes the car look like really track ready, and you know, it gives it more of an aggressive look, which I kind of mess with there. I like that. Didn't go too crazy with the spoiler option too, kept that nice and tame, and of course you got the racing stripe to finish everything off, match up all the colors and everything. Looks super nice. Honestly, great color combo, and honestly I am a fan. I really am liking this one right here. Once again, we have another Coquette, but this time the standard version, which is based off of the Stingray, which is inspired by Bladed Angel's Weeb Vet, and has tire lettering which is inspired from an RX-7 he saw, which he quite liked. I think he saw it on TikTok or something like that. So first up, you're missing the anime livery, so 0 out of 10. You know, it's just not at all realistic. No, I'm joking, but for real, it looks pretty nice. You went with the dope looking midnight blue color on there, which, you know, is pretty much in line with what Bladed Angel has on his car, maybe a tiny bit brighter, but it still looks pretty nice, especially in this lighting. And you know what, the color combo of the blue and the yellow with the tire lettering actually matches up with the car pretty nicely. I am a fan of it. Makes it look a bit more track oriented with it, which is maybe what you were going for with the spoiler. I could kind of see that going on between there, you know, makes it look a bit more aggressive, which I am a fan of. But personally, I would say that if you are trying to go for Bladed Angels build sort of thing, I'd maybe bin the spoiler, maybe get rid of it. I don't think the lines match up that well on the car anyway. But that's just my personal opinion. But if you are going for that more like track build kind of thing, as well as the Bladed Angel style, then fair enough. I kind of see what you're going for there. Interesting rim choice as well, all blacked out. Looks really clean in my opinion, and you know what, it's pretty unique design, but I kind of get by it. I like it. Next up from Slammed06, we have a Banshee 900R build, and he says he went for a simple drift build with a red and white pearlescent, and he's based it off of one of his builds from a few years ago. Now first up, I'd like to say I absolutely love what you've done with the rim choice and left it completely stock. Honestly, I think those are some of the best looking rims for that car, and with the, you know, sort of deep dish element you've got with it and everything, with the body kit you get for the 900R, with how, you know, how flared out the arches are, it looks super flush. I'm a fan of it. It looks pretty nice. Also, you've gone pretty tame on the customization options. You know, you haven't gone too nuts with it. You haven't gone for some insane drift build. You know, you've kept it tame, you've kept it low key, still pretty clean looking, but obviously got enough power like down on there. little simplistic, you know, front bumper, little side skirts and all of that. Nothing too crazy. Got a little hood scoop on there going as well. Nice and clean all around. The thing has been slammed as well. Looks baller. Honestly, that car is super nice, looking super clean. It's very simplistic. There's not too much going on the outside, but there doesn't need to be. It just looks really nice as is. Great stuff. Now the last entry from today is going to be from Neon Nugget, and it is a 6.4 Impala build. It is a Voodoo Custom. They said they didn't really base it off of anything, it was just they wanted to try out something new. And I like to say I really like the almost overuse of chrome here. You got chrome everything, chrome lip, chrome trim, chrome bumpers, chrome rims. Everything is chrome more or less, besides obviously the paint job and whatever, and I like that. It complements the car well. It's very, you know, what do you call it, typical of those sort of cars from what, like the 60s and whatever, the Impalas. So I am a fan of that. The wires rims, the chrome wire Benny's rims on there, match with that quite well and seem to work very nicely with that. Didn't go too crazy with the chrome grille as well. I like to see that as well. It's pretty tame on that end, but overall simplistic but honestly pretty nice looking build. Didn't go nuts with everything like the aerials and everything. I don't know if he's got it jacked on hydraulics or not, but I don't know, if it does, it could look sick. Personally, I'm not a fan of the livery, but I don't really like a lot of the lowrider style liveries. I guess if that's what you're going for, that kind of lowrider vibe, then it matches up pretty well with what you're going with, but I'm just personally not a fan of those. But I do like the color you've got underneath it, that sort of dark deep blue. Looks very nice on there and almost contrasts the chrome in a very nice way. But overall, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you once again to everybody who did submit something for today's video, and if you guys do want to see in part 2 to this, you guys want to see more installments of this, do let me know down below. Go ahead and submit your stuff in the Discord server. If you did enjoy, go ahead, drop a like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.